Hello, everyone. Welcome today. It's Thursday, and we have our live YouTube stream today again. Welcome, everyone that is able to make it to today's stream. Very excited of another community event that we have on a weekly basis. Looking forward to another session with you. I hope you all are doing great. I hope everybody's has been having a great week so far. As on my side, it's a great week so far, and I'm really excited about today. Another week, another event, and this is always an opportunity for us to take advantage of these sessions to bring awareness to the industry, bring awareness to our ecosystem, and also get the opportunity to ask questions, get clarifications, and to just interact with each other. As always, today again, it's the same schedule. I'm always going to come back and see who's here. And then I'll see if you have anything that you want us to discuss first before we move on with the regularly scheduled program. And then once we go through the program, we'll come back to you again and see if you have any follow-up questions or if you have any inputs that you want us to discuss. So with that said, once more, welcome everyone that is able to make it to today's live. We are looking forward to a great session together. And those that will be listening in later on as well, welcome. And I hope it will be a great session for you as well. So let me jump on the comments and see who is here today. Brother Glenn, let's get this bull run started. It seems like it. The numbers are talking about that, and the indicators are here as well. So really looking forward to it. It's a great market. It's a green day. So we'll discuss all that today. I'm so excited for today. It looks like we'll get some good inspiration again. Thank you, Shaima, as well for your comment. Investor 2Sec, nice having you here as well. Nancy, nice having you. Looking forward to another educative session. Let's go Bull Run. Nice having you here as well, Nancy. Hello, Bull Runners. Hello, Mr. Steve. Happy Thursday to us all. Another day to get informed, educated, and inspired. Nice having you here as well. Thank you. Hello, Bull Run family. Let's go. Thank you very much also, Miss Sharon. Hey, Steve, I have a very important question. When will Bull Run Moon? Excellent question. Nice having you here, Adrian. It's been a while. Tembi, Bullrun.Live community, looking forward to yet another informative session. Let's go. Nice having you here as well, Tembi. What are the steps to get to the trending board on DEX tools? Excellent questions. Excellent questions. And Ms. Kina Rio, hello Bullrun family, handpick waving. Nice having you here as well. Always excited to see you all here. Interactive greetings, Bullrunners. Hello, survivors. Looking forward to another great live stream. Thank you very much, Mom, for being here as well. Let's go through the questions that are here. What are the steps to get on the trending board? This is on DEX tool. It's all about volume. On DEX tools and or on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, it's always about volume. It's always about making sure that we have consistent trades going on. And this is the most organic way to be trending on DEX tools. And also similar with the larger platforms such as CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, it's always about volume. It's always about the volume. And once that kicks in, and once we have steady volumes of that, we'll be trending on these platforms. This, of course, will help tremendously. It's a big boost to bring more exposure on DEX tools, and especially on the larger platforms. It brings major exposure as well. As majority of crypto users are eyeballing those platforms. So definitely, and to achieve that, we need steady, consistent volume to get in, definitely. And this is exactly what we're all working towards, and to ensure that we keep the word out. We are lively, we are engaged as a community. We are participating in our weekly events. We're putting the word out. We're educating about our ecosystem, about what we are about. And this will bring awareness to us. And this is what we are all looking forward to, that eventually fresh liquidity is going to enter the market, not just rotating liquidity from one project to the next, but really having a fresh new liquidity entering the space. And that in turn will really bring a large impact for us. So liquidity, volume, volume is key to be listed or to be trending on these platforms such as DEX tools, CoinMarketCap, or CoinGecko. Other question, can bots be removed after the project has been launched? As long as the contract has not been renounced, you can make moves. You can make moves. You can blacklist, you can remove bots. However, once the contract has been renounced, then there's nothing. You can't interact with the smart contract again. That's the thing. Once the project is launched, you can't interact with it again. But to avoid bots, you always have to pay attention. This is an excellent question. Pay attention to your slippage. We have 3 different tokens, and the highest tax token is our main token, the Bullrun. It has a 6% tax. So you have to place the slippage at 7% for it to go through. And on Bullrun, we don't have to worry about bots, because bots don't like taxes. So, but our other 2 tokens, which is Survivor token and Killer Whale token, you have to ensure that you don't go above 2%. Put your slippage at 2% and leave it at 2%. With low volumes, you can even get away with a 1.5, but try with 1.5, but 2% max. If you go beyond 2%, you open yourself to be sandwiched, meaning that bots will purchase before and after you. So ensure that you don't place your slippage above 2% on Survivor token and on the Killer Whale token as well, because they each have only 1% tax. So ensure that with Killer Whale and with Survivor, don't go above 2% in your taxes. You might get away with a 1.5 slippage, and but don't put slippage above 2%, because that's how you'll open the doors to be botted, to be either sandwiched or to be so that's one thing. But the other bots that are already in the project, unfortunately, because we've renounced the project already, the contract already, there's not much we can do with that. But as far as when you purchase, when you're buying or even selling the tokens with the 1% tax, which is Survivor and Killer Whale, ensure that you don't go above 2% in slippage. So please pay attention to that. And what else did we have here? This was another one from Adrian. When will BRL moon? Along with the market, I believe soon, very soon. We're going to moon very soon. I wish I had the crystal ball to dictate the market, but one thing I know for sure is that Bullrun is definitely going to make moves, definitely. Good evening, Mr. Steve. Glad to be here again. It's a pleasure having you here also, Miss Patricia. Always a pleasure having you here. Miss Chantel, hello, Bullrun family. Nice having you here also, Miss Chantel. Always a pleasure having the survivor women with us. You're all very much appreciated. We are here, survivors, to be empowered. Beautiful. This is very beautiful, and always nice having you all here. So thank you very much for your engagements, and we saw who all was here. Very happy to have you all here and very engaged. I'll go through today's program, and then we'll see if you have any follow-up questions after this. But as for now, let me start with today's session. Let me share my screen here. Excellent. So as we touched on it earlier, we established and we saw how the market is really doing great. It's excellent. We are seeing how we are up 1.29% increase in the last 24 hours. As always, the largest rallies and it's always Bitcoin, and then led by Ethereum as well, with Bitcoin having a dominance of over 51%, close to 52% of the entire market cap is just Bitcoin itself. So this is why whatever Bitcoin does, the entire market also pulls with it. But today we see how Ethereum is really doing extremely well. It's actually 5 times, almost 4 times more than what Bitcoin is doing. So Ethereum is doing great, and we're going to discuss Bitcoin and Ethereum today. We're going to see why did it spike so much? What is this all about? Why is the market doing so good? And why are we in the green, especially when we're looking at the top 2 cryptocurrencies in the space? And also, since we're here, I need to mention that the cryptocurrency industry is really based on sentiments, meaning based on hype, on emotions, on current events, on speculating, anticipating things that are about to happen. And this is how the market is really heavily dictated. And sometimes these are the things that really drive the prices and also drive the market heavily and influences whatever the outcome is. This is our record right now. We are 74%, so this is really greed. The market is really preparing for a bull run that is about to enter the space, and everybody's anticipating all these catalysts that are about to come, like the Bitcoin's spot ETFs that are about to get approved, the elections that are about to come, and the large institutions that are getting ready to lobby the regulators so that they can have their way with their licenses and any other things that they have lined up and they want to have approved. So there are many factors that are factored into all these hype and hiking of the prices. And with that said, let's get right into this. Like we discussed, we saw how Ethereum just shot above 2,000 today, and also Bitcoin is at an 18-month all-time high at 36,000. It actually hit even 37,000 for a moment, and the market is really booming. Things are really looking great. And now you ask yourself, well, what's the reason? What's behind it? What's causing all this? Like the green day. And like we discussed earlier, the market is really dictated based on sentiments, based on anticipation of events, speculation And in this case, for example, for Ethereum, the reason why it really shot past $2,000 now, it's because today BlackRock registered for Ethereum Trust in Delaware. So this is always the first step towards an Ethereum spot ETF application. They did the same thing with Bitcoin, actually, and they went through the same stages with Bitcoin. And 1 week later, they had applied for Bitcoin spot ETF. So this is the news that really got caught on with Ethereum and caused Ethereum to really do extremely well. As you see, Ethereum is up by 6.3% within the last 24 hours and almost 1% up for just within the last hour. It's because, like I said, it's about the news that BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the space, that has a very good record of having the ETFs approved, and now that they're about to get the Bitcoin ETF approved, next step is now go through the motions to get the Ethereum ETFs approved. And this, of course, was a very, very positive sign for the market. And this is the reason why you see Ethereum actually crossing over and shooting past $2,000 right now. So this is a great news for the industry, and this is also what causes the Ethereum price to shoot up like that. Now, if we get to Bitcoin, same thing. If we get to Bitcoin, we see the same thing. We see how Bitcoin is past 36,000 right now, and there are a lot of players that usually bet against the market. And these individuals were liquidated, meaning they had to. This is why also the Bitcoin price shot so high, because 186 million of those who bet against Bitcoin's price, who actually were betting that Bitcoin is going to drop in price, they were liquidated. This is a large amount, 186 million, and this is just in one day alone. So this is also part of the reason why, as far as Bitcoin, you really saw a big hike, a spike in price as well. And these are the reasons why you see our largest two cryptocurrencies spiking so much. Like I said, it's always about anticipating what's about to come, the catalysts we're about to experience, the sentiment within the market. These all play a major role in the space, and this is also what the analysts say. JP Morgan analysts, actually, they're talking about the rally of the Bitcoin right now, and they're claiming that it's overestimated based on three criteria. So like we said, the sentiments right now are dictating the market. So they're saying, the experts the analysts at JP Morgan are saying that this rally is not sustainable, and that it's based on three figures. It's not going to sustain, because first of all, the price is being hiked due to the anticipation of the Bitcoin ETFs, spot ETFs. The word is that even today, anytime from today or latest by early January, we should have these spot ETFs approved. So the way it usually works is you buy the rumor and sell the news. So right now, like we said in the market, it's always about anticipation. So the early birds are already anticipating the volume or the approval of these spot ETFs, and they're already rallying and jumping in early and trying to get a head start. And that's why they're already purchasing Bitcoin, making the price go up in anticipation of the approval. And because usually before the approval, this is what usually happens. The price hikes, and then once the news comes out and the approval is official, that's when you see consolidations happening in the market, and you see how the price usually readjusts again accordingly. Another thing also they say it's factored in is that the Bitcoin halving is being factored in as well already in the price. So that's another aspect that they say that the analysts were claiming that this is already anticipated. Everybody knows about the 4-year, majority of the people know about the 4-year cycles. And this is all already factored in the price. So people already know that, okay, once the Bitcoin halving comes 6 months from there, that's when the peak is going to be hit according to the history of the last 3 Bitcoin halvings. That's how it took place. So the analysts anticipating that, okay, this is all priced in already, and that's why they see that the rally of 30% in the last week, it's a bit overhyped and it's overdone. And so those are 2 of the 3 reasons why they say that Bitcoin price is really is overpriced right now, and that it will readjust again accordingly. Now, the final thing and the third thing, besides the Bitcoin halving, and besides also the sentiment of the market that people anticipating the ETFs to get approved, is also the fact that Canada, for example, they have already approved their Bitcoin spot ETFs, and it wasn't really well accepted as anticipated, because the hype was more a hype than really people anticipated that more people would jump on the Bitcoin spot ETFs in Canada, because the Canadians, which are bordering the US, they already had their Bitcoin spot ETFs approved, but it didn't go as well as planned, as anticipated. Not many were sold, not much liquidity came into those Bitcoin spot ETFs. So this is the third aspect that the JP Morgan analysts are saying, that the anticipation is high, the hype is much, but as for those who already had the spot ETFs in their country, like such as Canada, they didn't experience much liquidity or inflow into these spot ETFs coming in. And these are the 3 reasons why the JP Morgan analysts are saying right now this rally won't be sustainable due to those 3 factors that we just mentioned. So to make this even clearer, 21 Shares collaborated with ARK Invest, and ARK Invest are also, these are money managers, these are asset managers, and 21 Shares works closely with BlackRock as well. They do exchange funds, they do ETFs as well. So the point I'm trying to make here is that these are asset managers, and they are all applied for Bitcoin ETFs and now also Ethereum ETFs. And what they're advising their clients right here is that first of all, they say that the company clarified its position, emphasizing that it will not facilitate direct investments into spot BTC. So they're telling the investors that they are not planning on directly investing into the spot BTC. Spot BTC means the investing in the real price, the current price of Bitcoin. They are not facilitating that. So if you're an investor in these ETFs, don't have high hopes that these exchanges will give you the opportunity to purchase Bitcoin at its current price. So what they're saying is that they are focusing more on the futures, meaning that they are more focusing on betting for future prices of Bitcoin, not the current prices. So they are basically telling investors that the way you'll make the way we'll generate revenue for you is by betting against Bitcoin and not facilitating or allowing you to purchase Bitcoin at its current price right now. To understand why they're saying this is also the disclaimer they have and they give to their investors. The company advised investors seeking exposure to Bitcoin to explore alternative investments. So, like I say, these are mathematicians, these are physicists, these are people who really understand the market. These are economists. They understand the market and they know exactly what they're getting involved with. And this is the reason why they're advising their clients that they're not giving them direct exposure to Bitcoin's current price, but rather they are betting against Bitcoin, or basically betting on future prices that it's going to fall. So, and they're also, like I said, they're also advising, they have a disclaimer in telling their investors that they should look for alternative investments if they are seeking Bitcoin exposure. So this is very contradictory. How are you applying for Bitcoin ETF, but yet you're telling your customers, your clients, that you are not going to have direct ETF, spot Bitcoin ETF exposure, meaning you're not aiming to get the price at its current state, but rather you're betting against the future price. And you're also advising them that if they want Bitcoin exposure, they should look for alternative investments. So this just shows you that they have an understanding of, because keep in mind, these are regulated institutions. These are institutions that are regulated by the SEC. And of course, they have to cover themselves, they have to be compliant, and they need to make such disclaimers. This is, to be fair, these are things they just have to make to cover themselves legally. And but also to understand why are they doing that? Because like I said earlier, Bitcoin understandably is suffering from a liquidity issue, and we discussed this multiple times. And these asset managers, they understand that. That's why they rather bet against Bitcoin than going for Bitcoin's current price. This is why they're advising their clients that they're not going to give them exposure on the current price of Bitcoin, but rather on the future price of Bitcoin. And that's why they also have the disclaimer that if you want to invest into Bitcoin, consider other alternative investments and not Bitcoin. So why are they saying that? And for those who are still not aware, is that the industry is suffering a major liquidity crisis in the industry. And this is also why the Security and Exchange Commission is very reluctant in issuing these Bitcoin spot ETFs, because they understand that it's an issue for the consumer. The consumers will be in danger, because here you have a volatile, not just a volatile asset, but it's also problematic as far as liquidity is concerned. It's a major issue. And like we pointed out multiple times, right now, even though the price is at 36,000 for Bitcoin, the liquidity is really not up to par. It has the lowest and the worst liquidity to market cap ratio. And these are regulators understand this, and this is a danger. This is also the reason why, even though Bitcoin spot ETF has been approved in Canada, it didn't blow up. It wasn't as successful as anticipated, because many were reluctant to, especially institutions. Now they have the green light. Now the institutions are able, or they're allowed to purchase or to invest into Bitcoin, but much liquidity didn't enter. It was a flop, actually. So why do you think it's a flop? Because many understand this issue right here, the liquidity to market cap ratio. No institutions wants to put in a lot of liquidity into an asset that is already going through a liquidity crisis and is really just waiting for liquidity to enter the space so that those who have been around, or those who are around have been holding for the longest, can exit. So this is the crisis, this is the issue that we are facing in the industry, and this is also why regulators are dragging their feet into approving these, especially in the US, because they've also observed that other countries, other nations that already had the spot BTFs approved, the spot Bitcoin ETFs approved, it wasn't as successful. It wasn't a boom like anticipated. Basically, it was a flop, and not much liquidity has entered into the space. So, and these are also the reasons why you see these asset managers advising their clients to look for alternatives, and they're also not exposing their clients to the current price of Bitcoin. So these are things that we really need to understand as far as our market is concerned. It's important to see through all this noise. Yes, we see how the price is being hiked. We see how the market is green. We see how things are going well and seeming great. But we need to understand that these price hikes are based on this news, these anticipations. Like BlackRock is they're registered for a trust in Delaware. They are on their way to apply for Ethereum spot ETF, and that's the news that really caused the price of Ethereum to skyrocket like this. Similar with Bitcoin, it's in anticipation of the Bitcoin ETF approvals, and also due to the liquidations of those that bet against Bitcoin price. And if you liquidate it, that means you have to buy more Bitcoins to avoid it, and this shot the price up as well. So this is the reason why you see JP Morgan analyst saying that the rally in the crypto market right now, it's overestimated, and it's not sustainable, because it's based on the news, it's based on current events, it's based on anticipating of the approvals of the ETFs, it's based on the halving that is about to come, that is already priced in the price. And it's not because fresh new liquidity is entering the space. It's not because of any other new breakthrough technologies or any strong fundamentals within the market. This is what the analysts are saying. So this is the current condition in the market right now, and this is what we're facing right now. The reality of things is that we are looking at the largest cryptocurrency in the space that is really inching slowly towards all-time high. It's more than halfway there already compared to its last bull run's all-time high. Ethereum is way past 2,000 right now. The market is great. The sentiment is on greed. So we are really looking forward to a great start right now. However, it's important to just bring awareness and let you know that this is based on sentiment, based on anticipation, based on news. So people are buying the rumor right now in anticipation. And once the news comes out and it's official, there will be a consolidation and there will be a readjustment in the market. And this is what we are experiencing right now, and this is what even the analysts are saying that is about to happen. And also looking at other markets that already have approved this BTC ETFs, it wasn't a success. It was actually a failure. Not much liquidity entered into these ETFs, these spot ETFs, and not new liquidity has come in. This is also because the institutions, like I said, They understand the liquidity crisis that our largest cryptocurrency is experiencing right now, and this is the reason why it's lagging. And these ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, were not a success so far, at least not in the nations that they were approved. That is looking at the market as a whole. This is looking at our current condition right now. These moves are based on news, on anticipation, on sentiments, and it doesn't have real strong fundamentals behind them that will be sustainable and that will cause these prices to keep rising based on strong fundamentals, but it's rather based on news, on anticipation, and on current events that we experienced in history in the last 3 cycles. And this is what we're anticipating, and this is what's moving the market, because market is based on sentiments, on emotions, on current events, on anticipation. So with that said, if we come now and we zoom in and we come to our ecosystem with the understanding that we have right now, that the analysts suggested that this is a great rally, it's a positive rally for us. However, the fundamentals are not sustainable because it's based on hype, it's based on news, it's based on rumors, it's based on anticipation, but it's not based on solid, sustainable fundamentals. With that said, how do we build parallels? So how does that affect us as an ecosystem? After all the noise and after all the dust has settled, at the end of the day, it's about strong fundamentals, and it's about a sustainable way on how to look at an opportunity that you want to get into. Those are the things that long term will be more important. It's more sustainable than the hype. You can't exchange hype for fundamentals. You can't exchange rumors for sustainability. It has to be built in within the ecosystem. It has to be built in within the token. And like we said, we have many challenges that are not being addressed right now in the space. One is, like we said, the inflationary aspect of things. And those are the two major things: the inflationary aspect of them within the market, and then of course the liquidity crisis that we're facing. Those are the two things that are not being addressed, and these are the things that causes the market to be so volatile and unsustainable. And that's why it's currently what moves the market are anticipation, are rumors, and are potential catalysts that are about to enter the space. It's really based on speculation, but not on strong fundamentals or on sustainable mechanisms in the space. And this is what really sets us apart in this space. And in the long run, this is what really sets us apart. And this is where the difference sets in. We understand that hype is great, rumors are great, and speculations are wonderful, but in the long run, what really counts at the end is our strong fundamentals and sustainable mechanisms within an ecosystem. And this is exactly what sets us apart and what we have in place. Because even though we go through such high liquidity sessions, even though we're anticipating bull run right now, we're anticipating high liquidity entering the space, we see how these large asset managers, infrastructures such as Swift, payment processors such as PayPal, MasterCard or Visa are entering the space. We are anticipating that entire stock markets is about to enter the space. With the space, I mean, come on the blockchain. They all have successfully gone through pilots, and they are ready. They're just waiting for the regulators to give them the green light so they can onboard the entire financial infrastructure on the blockchain. Right now, like we discussed, BlackRock and JP Morgan, that is so reluctant right now as far as the market is concerned. They are bringing real world assets on the blockchain. JP Morgan and BlackRock together, they're getting ready to tokenize the entire financial market, commodity market, derivatives market, stock market, and they're bringing it on chain. That's $1 trillion, more than trillions of dollar industry right now. They're about to come on chain. And this is why they're always talking about bringing such assets that are in the real world on the chain, that are accountable, that you can measure with real businesses behind them. So with that said, you can clearly see that these are individuals that analyze projects. They value sustainability and they value strong fundamentals. And this is what you call smart money. And smart money is about to enter the space. And they are looking for cryptocurrencies that they can get involved with. But these cryptocurrencies that they want to get involved with, they are looking for two things. It shouldn't be inflationary, and it should be sustainable, and it should be working towards having a healthy liquidity that is about to facilitate our trading, because people are here to trade. They want to be easily entering and exiting their space, their positions with ease, without having to worry about lack of funds within the liquidity pool. So this is the reason why it's important for us that we built an ecosystem. We have a mechanism in place that is addressing the two most nagging and challenging challenges, problems within our space. And whoever has the platform that addresses those while giving the holders the opportunity, because let's be honest, we're all in here to change our lives, to better ourselves, and to build a better future for our families and ourselves. And as we are anticipating the bull run, as we're anticipating the liquidity and these large institutions to start using the blockchain technology, it's obvious that everybody will now be interested in cryptocurrencies. They'll want to now start investing in the crypto, and they'll start looking around and start doing their research and see, okay, where should I get into? What should I put my money in without suffering inflation or without worrying about liquidity? And of course, you will always direct people to the largest cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. But by now, we are educated enough and we know exactly what to look for. And our community now is well educated, and we understand that there's a liquidity crisis, and that Bitcoin, even though it's the largest cryptocurrency, it has the worst liquidity to market cap ratio. And that with its 6 billionaires and 78 holders with 100 million and above, if they change their minds to shift or refocus their investment portfolio, Bitcoin can be in big trouble, and they're already suffering a liquidity crisis. So right now, as we see that even though people are anticipating these spot Bitcoin ETFs, it was a flop. Many institutions did not buy into it because they understand that there is a fundamental problem in the industry, and this is the liquidity issue. So let's not fall for this by all this hype we're hearing and then getting involved in these, making these moves that are uneducated, and then we'll regret these moves later on. This is why you saw ARK Invest telling their investors not to that they are not going to invest directly into these spot ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, and that they should look for alternative investments. If they want to invest into Bitcoin, they should look for other alternative investments. Why would you go through this to get Bitcoin spot ETFs only to advise your clients not to invest in them or to just bet against the market? So we need to ask ourselves these things and read between the lines and understand what these asset managers are doing, because asset managers are here, they're earning their fees one way or the other. They don't care about Bitcoin price going up or down or Ethereum price going up and down. That's none of their business, because that's not how they make the money. They make the money through trades, through fees. And as long as they're making money for their clients are happy. And the best way to make money with Bitcoin and Ethereum is to short it, meaning to bet against it. And this is why you see so many individuals betting against the market. And many have been just 24 hours alone. That's why you see all these liquidations, because many are already anticipating that in the long run, the futures price, it's going to drop. And this is why you see a lot of liquidations. And each time you see liquidations happening, that's when you see how the prices go up, because you have to buy more to avoid being liquidated. So that's why we, as an ecosystem, we lay strong emphasis on those two things, on being a deflationary platform. For one, inflation is the biggest plague, is worse than anything you can have is inflation, because it causes over the long term, and even as we see with our current fiat monetary system, inflation eats up everything. And it causes a price drop, a loss of purchasing power, a loss in your current currency. And this is exactly what we don't want to bring on chain. And this is definitely what we are avoiding within our own ecosystem. So we are extremely deflationary. We have a strong binding mechanism, and we ensure that nothing within our ecosystem has anything to do with inflation. That's why also for our stakers, we give out the stable coins. And also the only way that we generate rewards or distributions is through volume. If there's no volume, there are no distributions. So this is the best way to develop a sustainable ecosystem, because it's based on the usage of the platform. The more the platform is being used, the more successful it becomes, the more deflationary it becomes, the more it retains, the more it gives back to the community. And the second aspect, of course, that is plaguing the industry, and for example, Bitcoin is not retaining any liquidity. And no matter how high the price of Bitcoin will go, it will even have a worse and worse liquidity to market cap ratio, because there are no mechanisms in place to retain liquidity, to add into liquidity into it. That's why you see how this Bitcoin spot ETFs have been a flop, because these asset managers, they understand this. The regulators, they understand this, that this liquidity crisis is real, and it's a danger to investors. This is why you see ARK Invest advising their clients to steer clear from Bitcoin and to look for other alternatives. And this is why they also tell the clients that they're not directly investing in the current Bitcoin price, but rather future price of Bitcoin, meaning they're planning on shorting, on betting against Bitcoin in the future. So these are things that I just want to bring to your awareness. And we just want to point these things out, that as you doing your due diligence, as you're doing your research, just be aware of these things. Yes, the market is green, the market is great, and we are really anticipating the bull run to start kicking in. But we need to be aware of these short-term fake runs that are about to happen before the real bull run kicks in. So let's avoid or steer clear from these fake outs, and understand that the market right now is geared, is moved not by fresh new liquidity that is entering, but rather by sentiments, by speculation, by anticipation, and that all that doesn't present strong fundamentals, and it's not sustainable, because eventually, once those ETFs have been approved, the price will start adjusting itself accordingly again. So at the end, what's important are strong fundamentals from day one that are sustainable, and that are addressing those two key factors that are plaguing the industry. That's inflation and that's liquidity. We have both of them covered within our smart contract. and it's already integrated within the ecosystem. So these are strong fundamentals that you need to look into whenever you want to get involved with a token. And this is not just for Bullrun alone. This is also for our Survivor token as well. The way the tokenomics are done here is very similar. First of all, the reason why 100% of Survivor tokens are in the liquidity pool is to avoid that there will be outside tokens being dumped right into the liquidity, which will decrease the price. But if the 100% of the tokens are already put in the liquidity pool, the only way this, as long as there's trades happening, the only way the price movement will happen is up, because there'll be more and more tokens being removed from the liquidity pool by the 1% ban that we have. And as we all know, the number one wallet right now on the Survivor, it should be number 2 wallet, because the number 1 wallet is the liquidity pool. But the second largest wallet right now is the ban wallet, which is 5.3%. So the banning is happening, and the largest wallet right after the liquidity pool is the ban wallet for the Survivor token. And this is amazing. This just shows you how deflationary these tokens are. And similar with Killer Whale as well. It's the same idea. 100% of the tokens were put in the liquidity pool. The smart contracts have been renounced. There are no team tokens whatsoever. And of course, the liquidity pool has been locked for 100 years on both the Survivor token and also on the Killer Whale. It's important to have these key futures in place. You want to be in a project that has deflationary mechanisms in place. You want to be in a low cap project right now with a dynamic community, with a community that is vibrant, with a community that is engaged, that has different events going on, that is educating you about the industry and about what's the current events, and of course about our ecosystem. Those are our 4 key elements that we always preach and that we talk about. We are here to talk we are here with solutions that tackle the liquidity challenge. We're here to educate. We're here to also solve the security issue, and then also the social network. Those are our 4 pillars of our ecosystem that we always discuss. And the reason why we launched our Killer Whale and Survivor tokens are to also address the need, of course, of giving women the empowerment and the platform they need within the space, where they can come together and not just discuss the industry and the token, the cryptocurrency space, but also to share their stories with us, with the community, and to also bond and build a friendship, and to share their strengths and their experiences while they're educating themselves and empowering themselves, and giving themselves also a platform to be able to participate in this blockchain technology. And we're all here to better ourselves. And being early in such projects that have wonderful missions and vision, such as this is the first token on the Ethereum blockchain that is dedicated solely for women. All women of all walks of life can come together and rally behind this. This is a great movement, and it's been doing great. And we are really, we take pride in Survivor. It's a great token with great movement, with a great mission and a great vision. So this is a platform for all women. Of course, men can also rally behind it, because we all have our mothers, our sisters, our aunties, our wives, or people that we value, the women that we value in our lives, and we all can rally behind this as well and support. So this is what it's about, and this is what we mean when we say that we are tackling the security aspect, because we want to launch our own community tokens within our own community, where we don't have to worry about security issues. about rug pulls, about scams, and about all those other things. We want to be focusing on education, inspiration, and information. And we want to use our skills, our talents, our individual skills and talents and networks to improve or to bring awareness to the industry. And to also bring awareness to our ecosystem. That's what we mean with social network, to build a community with different skills that will benefit every one of us. And of course, education, that's because we have 3 weekly events that we host. We have events on Telegram, which is on Saturday. On Monday, we have X Space. And also Thursdays, we have these live YouTube events as well. And we always focus on educating about the industry. What are the challenges in the industry? What's the current events? Why are these events taking place like the way they are? And then we like to zoom in and build bridges, build parallels with our own ecosystem, and then highlight what added value are we bringing into the space? How are we tackling these challenges? And is our platform effective? Is it doing what it was supposed to do? And these are the items that we want to highlight and show, so that when smart money comes into the space, we will be at the forefront, because we are actually adding value into the crypto space, and we are solving challenges that are in the space already and that many seem not to be able to solve right now. Many don't talk about this community, but we are experiencing a liquidity crisis right now. And these are the reasons why large asset managers are advising their clients to steer clear from investing directly into Bitcoin, and to explore alternative investments. This is why, even though Canada was the first to approve Bitcoin ETFs, it was a flop. It didn't succeed the way they wanted it to succeed. And these are the reasons also why you see these regulators dragging their feet, because it's about consumer protection. We have to protect the consumers because they don't know any better. So, but now that we understand what we look for, you have to look at the liquidity to market cap ratio in any project. This is a must. Look at that, and also look into are they inflationary or deflationary? What ways what mechanisms do they have to retain liquidity for you? And how are they, how is the platform working? Despite this high volume, what are you generating out of this volume? What are you getting out of it? So these are things that we want to educate you on and to inform you, so that you're aware as you go through your crypto journey, as you're looking at other alternatives. These are the things you need to look for and be aware of, that are very important, so that you'll be aware and you will not be taken by surprise. This is the message for today, community, that this current green wave is great, and we are really happy about these new highs that we're experiencing, because since the last bull run, we have not seen these numbers before, especially for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is very encouraging. It's very exciting to see these numbers. We are looking forward to these catalysts that are about to happen. Tread with caution. This is a very emotional industry, so let's be careful. Even as we see 74% is greed, this means there's a lot of anticipation that is happening right now, the catalysts that are about to come, and all these are priced in already based on the analysts from JP Morgan. So this is what I wanted to highlight for you today, is that we are glad that we see positive numbers going forward. We see how moves are about to be done, and we see how the market is about to pick up. And still there's a lot of uncertainty ahead of us that need to be cleared. And we anticipate that once all ETFs have been approved, Bitcoin halving has gone through, the elections have positively been utilized by the lobbyists of these large institutions, and they get the licenses they need to operate according to how they want to operate, and liquidity, real new fresh liquidity, starts entering the space, and smart money starts to get into the space. This is when really we will start seeing major and more sustainable moves right now. But as of now, these moves that we see are temporarily, they're not sustainable, and they're just based on rumors. And once the news hits and it's fact, there'll be an adjustment in the industry. So the real volume is about to come once these approvals take place, and to see whether it's these spot ETFs will really be a hit, or will it be a flop like it was in Canada, and we won't experience much liquidity entering the space. So be careful as you trade out there. Be aware of all these things. This is positive that we see green days. This is amazing. It's great, and we're anticipating more sustainable numbers going forward as these approvals are really being solid, and then we'll see how the market reacts towards this approved ETFs. This was the message for today. Is what counts at the end of the day? Is it rumors? Is it news? Is it anticipation? Or is it really strong, sustainable fundamentals that will last in the long run? Be aware of the two major challenges in the space: inflation and liquidity. Does your token, does your cryptocurrency, does your ecosystem address these two major issues? Our largest cryptocurrency, unfortunately, is not addressing it. And that's why you see so much volatility. And that's why you see these asset managers advising their clients to steer clear and to look for other alternatives. And this is why you also see the regulators dragging their feet. We are all upset and thinking that why is the SEC against crypto? But they understand. These are economists. These are mathematicians. These are physicists. They know exactly what's happening. They understand the crisis that we are facing right now, and it's all about consumer protection. This is what it's about, and they understand that. So we just want you to understand this as well, community. And this was the message for you today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to you and see if you have any follow-up questions or any items you want us to break down and discuss. But as of from our side, this is what we had for you today. We needed you to understand that the market is based on sentiments, on anticipation, and based on rumors. This is currently what's driving the market. But there's still no fresh liquidity that has entered the space. This won't happen until major approvals. The regulations are much more clearer. Many approvals and licenses have been given the green light, and then we'll see how the market really reacts after all these approvals. And that's how then we'll be able to anticipate and see real sustainable volume entering the space, and especially new volume entering the space. Until then, we will be prepared as an ecosystem. We are ready to receive or to be part of the much influx of volume that we're about to experience. And keep in mind, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us, because this is the new technology and this is the new norm. 5 years from now, nobody will be talking about blockchain and digital ledger technology and cryptocurrencies. It will be just part of our lives. It will be just as natural as breathing air. And this is why it's important for us to be early in this space right now. And one thing I want to share before I go is that this is what CZ said back in February 2021, before the bull run started. 7 months, was it? Yes, 7 months later, when he wrote this, that's when the bull run really was hitting its peak until November. What he was saying is that if you can't hold, you won't be rich, period. Many are entering in positions early on, and like this is common law. You don't become wealthy during the bull run. you come wealthy before the bull run, because during the bull run it's too late. Everybody is already positioned. People already have their bags ready. And during the bull run, you're just sitting back and just enjoying and watching how your wallet is growing. But the trick is before the greed, because now things are starting to become greedy. Like we saw the market starts to be greedy. So while the market was fearful, this is when you were supposed to accumulate. And if you can't accumulate and hold until you really reach the peak and understand that, okay, this is now the time to exit, there's no way you'll be successful in the space. Always be aware of this. Get in when the market is fearful. Get in on a low cap, and get in a vibrant community with strong fundamentals that is adding value into the space. As usual, this is no financial advice. We are no financial advisors. We are just a community that lays emphasis on educating its community and inspiring them and informing them about the entire industry, what to look for, what are the challenges, what are the opportunities, what are the pitfalls to steer clear from. And this is all we do. Just educate and let the community make their own decisions, because I wished I had a community like this when I came into the space, where I can just tune in and get some unbiased education on how the market works, what to pay attention to, what to avoid, what are the challenges, what are the opportunities. And this is just information, education that we give to the community and to those that are interested to be part of this. And it's very important to understand all this. So this is, like I said, all on our side. And I'd like to come back to see what you are saying. I hope that you have maybe some questions that you have for us that we can go through. And then we'll close out. Today's session. Let me come to your comments and see what you have here for us. Okay. Adrian again, is it possible to scale our taxes based on volume? For example, 1 to 100,000, different taxes, so on and so forth. We had a similar question before. One thing that we want to avoid, and we want to avoid it in the spirit of decentralization. We won't want to keep scaling the taxes, because it's a very delicate topic, especially early on. We've been really tweaking it already a couple of times, and I believe we really reached a sweet spot right now that we can leave it at that. Where, as far as the tax rate is concerned, it's a real sweet spot, because at 6%, we believe 3 out of the 6 on the buy and the sell side is going towards liquidity, and that's our claim to fame. That's exactly what we want to go by and address, is liquidity. And then the 1% towards banning, and our banning goes towards removing tokens from the total supply. So our supply keeps decreasing in the long run, and at the same time, we are retaining liquidity. This is the best recipe for a sustainable and a stable ecosystem. And this is what the market as a whole is not focusing on right now, unfortunately. So that said, we have a sweet spot right now. So as we increase in volume, we'll really maintain the tax rate. We'll maintain it, because we believe we finally hit the sweet spot for the tax, as far as the tax rate is concerned. And I believe this is how we'll leave it, and we're not planning on readjusting the taxes anymore. I hope that answered your question, Adrian. Always informative. Nice having you here too, Miss Bright, Mr. Bright. Always a pleasure seeing you in the community. Beer family is a lovely and one big family. This is what it's about. We like to create a space, an environment where we can feel home, we can call home, where everybody's can bring in, the questions, and the idea is for us to all be informed on the same page and educated, because only an educated and informed community has power. Because many times we fall into things because lack of understanding, lack of knowledge, and this is why we want to educate our community so that we won't fall for the things that we fell for a year or 2 years ago, and we want to better ourselves so that we in turn can also educate others and inform others, and to stay clear from certain things. Great to see you, my brother Theo. Greetings, Bullrun family. I pray you all are absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. We hope you are also doing fantastic. BRL, a family everyone should belong to. What an informative session again. Thank you, my brother Steve. Brother Franklin, always a pleasure seeing you in the community. Your positive energy, your consistency is very much appreciated. Always a pleasure seeing you as well. Ms. Mutakwa, nice having you here as well. Greetings, community. Greetings to you as well. Miss Chantel, so much information for free. I like. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for being so active and for participating regularly in these community events. You are very much appreciated. And everybody that is able to make it today, you're all very much appreciated. This is very important, as engagement is key. It brings awareness, and we're not only talking about our ecosystem, but especially we are talking about the industry. Because if you understand what's going on in our industry, understand the opportunities, understand the challenges, that's the only way you will understand and appreciate our ecosystem, because you'll see how what solutions we bring in, what added value that we have in place, and how our ecosystem is addressing challenges that nobody else seems to be addressing right now in the space, but that in the long run, due to regulations and due to regulatory crackdowns, projects will be required to build in certain mechanisms within their tokens, within their ecosystem, to ensure consumer protection or investor protection. It's very important, and this will come. So regulations are not bad. Regulations are good to stop bad players, or certain projects that don't have or have subpar fundamentals, or it's not sustainable. Regulations will come in and basically see how they can somehow assist with that. Not to say that crypto is the only space that is not regulated, because we saw what happened in 2008, how everybody thought the financial market is being regulated, but we saw what happened to the subprime mortgages, how that busted, and many more things we can point to in the traditional market that regulations were really non-existing. So it's not just pointing fingers at crypto, but in the traditional market we see similar things that happened as well. We just don't want history to repeat itself, and we don't want to bring those challenges, those problems on the chain, but we want to address them. We want to bring solutions to address those challenges. Ms. Mutakwa says, best community and movement to be part of, Survivor tokens. Absolutely. The Survivor movement is great. The mission is amazing, and the vision is great, and it gives our queens on within the crypto space a platform for themselves where they can really rally behind this movement, where they can come together, and especially where they can also learn from each other. And this is great. If you don't mind, one of the queens from the Survivor token, there is the YouTube channels that we really encourage you to watch, where different stories are being shared among the community members, which are beautiful and very inspirational. How they got into crypto, their experience so far in the crypto space, the experience within the Bullrun ecosystem, and their story, personal story of their crypto journey. These are very important to listen to, because you see real people in the real world and their experiences, and we can all relate to. So I encourage you all to really go to these YouTube channels of the women token as well, that you can listen to, tune in, and also listen to. And also, I'll also do this right here. I'll get the Survivor token website, of course. For those that are interested, do your own research, go check the website out, and be part of the movement. It's a beautiful movement for a beautiful cause. My good brother Theo again, one community, one team, one project, onwards and upwards family. Well said, very well said. I'm glad that you say this. This speaks to all of us, and it's only in power. It's only in as a community, in unison, that we can succeed. And this is why we do these weekly events. We want to be on the same page. We want to give everybody the opportunity to ask questions, to be educated, to get the opportunity for clarification, and to get some understanding of what industry we are in, and also how that reflects on us as an ecosystem. This is very important. Shema, thank you very much. And Steve, we are grateful to you. We are grateful to you as well. You as a community, you are the ones that makes the difference. You are the ones that really set the tone, set the standard. E.M. Robinson, sorry, not sure that I missed this question, but can you suggest some of the small cap coins that you talked about? Absolutely. Like I discussed, one of the 4 pillars that we have, that we go through, is security. And as we understand that within the crypto space, there are many there are great intentions, and there are great innovators within this space that have great intentions to really put a dent and make a big change within the ecosystem, within the blockchain technology. However, there are also a lot of bad players. So to avoid that, we decided that we as an ecosystem will be developing and deploying and launching our own community-based tokens. So these are the ones that I was discussing, I was talking about, and these are Survivor, like the link I put down, you can see, and also our Killer Whale is the other one that we launched as a community. This is to give our community members the opportunity to be involved early on these low market cap tokens that is launched by our own community. So we can focus on fundamentals. We can focus on being informed, educated, and inspired, and don't have to worry about honeypots or rug pulls or bad actors. And this is why we promote and we encourage our own tokens that we launch within our own community. And this is the whole idea. So these are the 2 that I can point out and give out to you. Do your research and get an understanding of what's important, what to look for within a cryptocurrency, what's important. And these are the items that we share within our community. Thank you, Steve, for all you do for the community and space. Thank you too, Cryptorizer. Always a pleasure seeing you, having you around. You're very much appreciated. You're a true meaning of a community member that really uses his talents to better the ecosystem, to better the community, and to better the space. So it goes right back to you, my brother. You are very much appreciated as well for all you do for the community and for the space. Miss Sharon, Bullrun main community on Telegram. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, Miss Sharon. Very much appreciated. And also same for the Survivor Community Telegram. This is very good. So if you are interested in joining the movement, please feel free to do so. It's a great movement. Like I said, it's one of its kind. And these are the things that really sets the stage. Originality. Be in original projects. Be in projects that are not copycats or something else. You want to be in projects that are original, that come with the fast mover advantage, and that, like I said, are low cap, that have a strong community behind it, that have an active community behind it, that have daily or weekly activities that you can participate in, that you get education, unbiased education on. And these are very important things to look for, because these are the things that really take off. We have a large library of videos of Twitter space recordings, and on our Telegram group, of course, as well. And even the women token, the survivor token, they have weekly, daily events going on as well, and very active community on the Telegram. So I encourage you, if you're not a member yet, even if you're a man, feel free to support the movement. It's all about supporting the movement and giving the women a platform where they can feel at home and empower themselves and educate themselves. So community, this was very interactive. This was wonderful. Again, another beautiful session together. Really enjoyed myself, and time really flew by. I just want to encourage you all to let's keep the momentum going. Let's keep the positivity. Let's stay engaged as we are approaching and getting closer to this so-called, and all looking forward to this bull run. And meanwhile, I encourage us to stay motivated, to stay engaged, and to put the word out. Let's use our skills, our talents, our networks to put the word out. Let's stay motivated, stay informed, educated, and inspired. And great things are in the horizon. And I strongly believe that we will not rest until we achieve what we came out to achieve. And I believe that those who, like we saw CZ, the Bullrun Binance CEO, said, if you can't hold, you can't be rich. It's impossible. So with that said, I want to thank everybody of you that participated today. You're all very much appreciated. And for those that will be listening later on, if you have any follow-up questions, feel free to join us on Saturday. That's when we'll have our Telegram VC on the main Bullrun Telegram group. And looking forward to see you there as well. For the rest of you who are here today, I want to wish you a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Thank you for being so proactive. Thank you for participating today. And I'm looking forward again to see you on Saturday. If you have any follow-up questions, bring them on. You don't have to wait till Saturday. You can join our Telegram group and also just ask within the community. We are very engaged, very active, and you'll have your questions answered. With that said, I want to wish you a wonderful rest of your week. It was a pleasure having you here and having this dialogue with you. And with that said, I wish everybody a wonderful rest of their day, and see you soon again.